Hey YouTube, good morning. It's Sunday, December 8th, 2013. This is a job update, and I'm also going to give some advice. Alright. Most of you know I was working as a maintenance man at an apartment complex, and that job has come to an end. I mostly enjoyed the job. But it was time to move on. All right. I'm not going to say I was completely free of fault. Mistakes were made on both sides, and I just had to make a decision. Is the amount of stress worth the paycheck? They say everybody has a price, and I do believe that's true. Okay. But for the amount of money I was making, it was no longer worth it to me. All right. I will say if I was making, well, I'm not going to put a number on it. There is a number, but there's no need to go there. Okay. So I chose to leave that job. I left on good terms. I gave a full 2 weeks notice. And I gave 100% every day, and up until the end. All right, so that's how you do it. All right. Couple things I would have done differently, but the Dalai Lama tells us there are no wrong roads, meaning there are no mistakes. Everything is exactly as it should be at this point in time. Okay, so when I start thinking maybe I screwed up, I think about that, and it's all good. It's all good. It's December, it's cold as hell, and I'm glad to be home. I'll take some time off and start my job search when it warms up a little. Anyway, so I have advice for employers and I have advice for workers. Okay. What qualifies me to give advice? I've been working for a paycheck since I was 14 years old. I'm 52 now, so I've been in the workforce for 38 years. I've seen a lot. I've seen good bosses and bad bosses. I've seen companies with ridiculous policies. I've seen people who do the absolute bare minimum to keep their jobs. I've seen just the opposite. People who are way underpaid because their production level is so high. Okay, I probably haven't seen it all, and I don't have all the answers, but I do have some observations that I think a lot of people can learn from. So here we go. Tips for employers. The people who work for you are not drones. They are people who have chosen to work for you. Treat them with respect. Treat them with trust. Show them you trust them. Treat them the way you would want to be treated. And everybody wins. All right? You have to build your workers up. You can't just give them the bad news. You can't just tell them, you didn't do this right. You forgot to do this. You took too long doing something. You can't just give them the bad news. You have to build them up. You have to tell them, great job on this. You did really good on this project, or today, or whatever. Okay. There's a company called the Gallup poll. They, among other things, they do employee satisfaction surveys at companies, and they charge thousands of dollars for this. And companies hire them to come in and give these standardized tests to all the workers, and they find out where their shortcomings are and what could they do to make the workplace more enjoyable for the workers, because happy workers are productive workers. Okay, and the reason I'm telling you this, the number one criteria for happy workers for most people is they want to be told they're doing a good job. All right. So there you go. Learn from the best. Okay. If you don't build your people up, if you never tell them they're doing a good job, and you only point out their shortcomings, I guarantee you they will stop trying to impress you. It's human nature. All right. This tip is for both employers and workers. Okay. Admit that you are not perfect. If you refuse to own your mistakes, you're gonna look foolish, okay? And you're gonna lose people's respect. You have to be able to say, I'm sorry, I screwed up. I did this wrong, or I broke something, or whatever it is. You have to be willing to admit that you're human, you screwed up, and admit it and go on from there. Okay? That applies to employers and workers, because everybody screws up. We're all human. We're all in this together. We're all trying to build this or keep this business running, and mistakes will be made. It's a certainty. Okay? So admit it and move on. Okay. Tips for workers. Do your best work every day. Bring your A game every day. I know when I apply for a job, I am promising the employer that in exchange for a paycheck, I will do my best. They will get Duane 2.0. All right? The best version of Duane. All right? And it's not always easy. Okay? Sometimes you don't feel like it. Do it anyway. All right? Do your best. Give them the best you have. Okay? Everybody wins. Be happy, be pleasant, be cheerful. Even if you don't feel like it, smile. Okay? Smile. It makes a difference in here, and it makes a difference to the people you interact with. Okay? Trust me, it works. Okay? I worked with people who bitched and complained and didn't want to be at work and moaned and dragged themselves into work, and that's not fun. It's not fun for them. It's not fun for the coworkers. Kitty here. Anyway, yeah. Try to be upbeat. Okay, practice. Trust me, you will thank me. Okay. Be the type of employee that you would want working for you. Okay. This is something that I learned a long time ago, and I don't remember where I first heard it. I don't think I invented it, but it's something that's always in my head in every job I've had. Be the type of employee that I would want working for me. Okay. What does that mean? To me, it means showing up early every day, doing my best, doing more than is required of me, doing more than I'm asked to do, doing it with a smile, Am I the type of person I want working for me? Yeah, I am. All right, there's no question. I'm not a slacker. So there you go. Be that person. Okay, lastly, tips for workers. Don't let the little stuff bother you. Okay? Shrug it off, forget about it, and move on. One of my favorite sayings is, be the duck. And what that means is, ducks are a water bird. Their feathers are waterproof. Okay? If you pour water on a duck's back, it just runs right off. It runs right off. Does not affect him. Doesn't get him wet. So try and be the duck. There's always little things that are going to bother you and piss you off at work. All right? Just try and be the duck. Just let it run off your back. Don't worry about it, because next week you'll probably forget about it. It's not that big a deal. Okay? It's just not. Okay? On the flip side of that, I know for me, I have to, a lot of times, I'm justifying the paycheck, okay? Am I willing to do this and this for this amount of money, okay? That's the logical accountant in me, all right? Is it worth it? Is the stress worth it? Am I being treated unfairly? And if so, does a paycheck compensate? All right. Yeah. It's a decision you have to make. If you want to, if you need to move on, leave on good terms, give your 2 weeks notice. Don't be a jerk about it, all right? Because that will hurt you down the road, all right? So, for selfish reasons, leave on good terms, all right? Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace.